Hey, truth seekers, welcome back. Zach here. It's September 10th, 2016. Later this evening will be the middleweight boxing championship of the world. It's going to be hosted in London. Triple G will be fought by the challenger, Kell Brook, who's attempting to come up from the welterweight class to contend at the middleweight class. The last time anybody ever went up two weight classes and defeated the champion was 50 years ago in 1966. What we're going to talk about in this video is why this fight is happening today and the parallels to the last man to come up two weight classes and win. There's a strong possibility that Triple G gets upset in this fight. I'm torn on the pick. The last time I decoded a Triple G fight, I guaranteed he was going to win. It was very clear in the numbers. Today's fight, it's very clear why it's happening today between these two contestants, but who will win is a little harder to determine. If I was a betting man, I would take the risk and bet on Kell Brook because there's a strong shot here that he gets the upset. So let's get into it. Right here, this reporting that you see is from USA Today, The Big Lead, the same publication that trashed me and my work earlier this year in January when they said I was a lunatic and my predictions about the Super Bowl were bogus. Well, it turned out my predictions about the Super Bowl were right on. So keep that in mind as we read the way they phrase this headline. Notice it says, Triple G's next victim is undefeated welterweight Kell Brook. So they make it seem like Triple G's definitely going to win. And he might very well win tonight, but I will not be surprised at all if he gets upset, and that's what we're going to get to. Let's read their reporting. Gennady Golovkin, who is Triple G, all three of his initials are GGG. Gennady Golovkin and Canelo Alvarez won't be fighting this year. That's the bad news. The good news is that Triple G found himself a great opponent in the undefeated Kell Brook. The problem for Brook and boxing fans is that the 30-year-old British fighter will be coming up two full weight classes to tangle with a guy who has destroyed every opponent he's faced as a professional. Brook, 36-0 with 25 knockouts. Notice he's sitting at 25. 26 is the magic number for knockouts. The word KO, or the abbreviation, K is the 11th letter, O is the 15th. Add it together, it sums to 26. God number, very special number in sports and boxing. Brook might very well get his 26th knockout tonight against Golovkin. Brook, 36-0 with 25 KOs, is a thrilling fighter with speed and power, unmatched by most welterweights. He's currently ranked number 1 in the ring's welterweight rankings, but Golovkin, 35-0 with 32 KOs, is number 3 in the magazine's pound-for-pound rankings and might be the most dominant fighter on the planet right now. With regards to his 32 KOs, he's going for number 33, and that could also happen today. We'll talk about the significance of both of these numbers and how they line up with today. Still, Brook has always been big for a welterweight and will only be giving up an inch in height to Golovkin. Brook is 5'9", Golovkin's 5'10". The fight will be at the O2 Arena in London on September 10th, giving British fans a chance to cheer on the best fighter their country has to offer. So, Brook is from the UK. Golovkin has never fought in the UK before. That's going to be a first tonight. As for today's date numerology, here's what stands out. It's a date with 19 numerology. The word chaos has gematria of 19. The Freemasons believe in order out of chaos, an important motto to them. Order out of chaos has gematria of 777. G is the 7th letter, Triple G, GGG. Today is also a date with 35 numerology. Triple G is currently 35-0, undefeated with 35 wins. The word triple alone has gematria of 35. Here's the gematria for order out of chaos. You see how that syncs up with Triple G? It could be the night where his undefeated record falls apart. If he loses tonight, he will become 35-1. That's a lot like the number 351. And if you add every single number up to 26, 1 plus 2 plus 3 up to 26, it sums to 351. Think about his new possible record, 35-1. Getting knocked out, the 26th knockout of Kell Brook. We might see it here shortly. Something I want to point out about well, we haven't gotten to his name yet, but this is what you need to know. There's 3 numbers where if you write them out, they sum to 142. 35, 39, and 42. Triple G in Gematria sums to 42. So does the name Golovkin. 42, a very special number to Freemasonry and boxing. Many great boxers have 42 name Gematria, including Muhammad Ali, who passed earlier this year at age 74. We'll talk about that. But I just want you to notice that 35 and 42 have this relationship. Again, date with 35 numerology, Golovkin 35 and 0. So check this out. His full name is Gennady Gennadyevich Golovkin. You know, and that Golovkin, isn't it so perfect for a boxing glove, Golovkin? His full name in Gematria sums to 139, just like Freemasonry. And Muhammad Ali died this year exactly 139 days after his birthday. I predicted the last time that I did a Golovkin video, I mentioned how Muhammad Ali was approaching 74 and might die soon. I've mentioned that in multiple boxing videos going back to 2014. There's a reason that I knew Muhammad Ali was going to die at age 74. He died this year 139 days after his birthday. Freemasonry 139, Masonic 74, special numbers. Where Golovkin's born, Gematria of 62, just like Mason, just like Freemason. Look at this. His name in Gematria, or his nickname, Triple G, sums to 42, just like his last name, Golovkin. Just like Freemason, the Freemasons are builders, they're architects. They pride themselves on being the invisible architects of society. It's Freemasonry that has built this world around us, including sports such as boxing as we know them. The word architect, 42, the word building, 42, the word math, 42. Think about how all these things come together. The Freemasons are builders. In the middle of the Freemason compass and square, the G, G42. In English, Sumerian Gematria, also known as Satanic Gematria. Here's that Freemason compass and square, 42, number of the builders. From Triple G's birthday until today is a total span of 156 days. When you write out 33, it sums to 156. As above, so below, an important motto to the Masons, Gematria of 156. Golovkin looking for his 33rd knockout. It could possibly come today. I suspect that this fight will end in knockout for one of the two opponents. If you don't count the end date, the fight comes 155 days after his birthday. Welterweight has Gematria of 155. His opponent is coming up from the welterweight class to fight him at the middleweight class. Very interesting, wouldn't you say? And here's what else is interesting. It's his first fight in the United Kingdom, which is Kell Brook's territory. United Kingdom 65, middleweight 65, welterweight 65. In case you're new here, I'm using two forms of Gematria that are interrelated. Pythagorean and Simple English. That's why welterweight is 65 here and 155. These two methods will always have the same numerology. Notice that 1 plus 5 plus 5 equals 11. 6 plus 5 equals 11. They're interrelated. I also call them the small way and the big way. Watch my how-to Gematria video in the description if you want to learn how to do this. Golovkin's currently 34 years old. When I predicted that he was going to when I guaranteed he was going to win his fight, it was his 34th fight. I said, watch, he'll be 34-0 for sure. I want you to notice that the number 139, like his name, like Freemasonry, is the 34th prime. And this might be one of the most memorable fights of his career, it being a loss, an upset, and something that hasn't happened in 50 years. His date of birth, a date with 113 numerology, very special number to the Freemasons. Mainstream equals 113, dishonest equals 113. Professional sports are mainstream, are dishonest because they're rigged, because they're scripted. When you watch professional athletics, you're watching talented athletic actors participating in rigged outcomes. Goes for all of professional sports on TV. If there's gambling on it, it's rigged. So here's the opponent, Kell Brook. Notice he's born May 3rd. May 3rd, a date that's written 3/5 in the UK, a lot like 35, today's date numerology. Remember that he's born in the year 86 and is currently 30 years old. His name in Gematria sums to, his fighting name, Kell Brook, sums to 38 and 47. 47, special number to the Freemasons. His birth name is Ezekiel Brook, Gematria of 62 like Mason. Ezekiel, also Gematria of 37. He's trying to become 37-0 tonight. We're going to talk about what age 30 has to do with 37. Ezekiel. The reflection of 62 is the number 26. Again, KO equals 26. When you write out 26, it sums to 42, and his opponent's Triple G. Is he going to be the first man to ever knock out Triple G tonight, making him 35-1? Again, if I was going to make a bet on this fight, I would bet on it because I think the odds are worth it. Triple G's the big favorite. His date of birth, May 3rd, 1986, also a date with 113 numerology. If you're new to my channel, I have over 1,000 videos, and if you go back and watch them, your head's going to pop off when I show you how many superstars have name gematria and birth numerology of 113. A lot of these athletic actors are born to be, they're born into these Masonic networks. His date of birth, also a date with 32 numerology. UK equals 32. So does America. So does 7/4/1776, the date of independence from the United States, supposedly from Britain, the UK. The fight tonight's in London. Kell Brook was born in Sheffield. 2 locations with 74 gematria. Again, a very special number to the Freemasons. Masonic 74, Muhammad 74, Muhammad Ali dead at 74 on June 3rd, 63 days before the start of the Summer Games in Rio. The reason that matters is because if you add every number up to 63, it sums to 2016, like the year Muhammad Ali died in, plus the Prophet Muhammad, who he's named after, died at age 63. So now get this, he's age 30. If you write out 30, it sums to 37. This is going to be his first fight as a 30-year-old. He last fought March 26th. He has not fought yet at age 30. He could very well become 37-0 tonight. Ezekiel 37. This would be the biggest fight of his career. If you write out 37 in gematria, it sums to 57, which is a number connected to championship. If you write out 57, it sums to 131. If you write out Super Bowl, it sums to 131. If you write out championship, it sums to 131. These are numbers that are always connected to sports championships. And from his birthday to tonight's fight is a span of 131 days. Now, the reason that doesn't guarantee that he's going to win is because a lot of times, even the team that's competing in the championship or the opponent will have this number and they will lose. You know, it's like a marking that you're in the championship, but it doesn't guarantee that you're going to win. Still, very interesting how all this lines up, and it is no coincidence. This is the way sports and fights are always scripted, always structured, because Freemasonry is running the show, and this is how the Freemasons operate. This is their code. This is their way of doing things. The only reason I figured this out is because the patterns are so repetitive throughout history that it becomes undeniable, unless you're a total fool and you think everything is a coincidence. The number 131 is also the 32nd prime number, UK 32. He has 32 birth numerology. So now check this out. One of my subscribers, he did some homework on this. He's learned from me. And you know, this guy hasn't even been here this long. You can learn this information relatively quickly if you apply it. And you can start making beautiful reads. This is his own post. Let's see what he wrote. Here's from Wayne. He points out that the last time this happened was 1966, 50 years ago. If you write out the word 50 in gematria, it sums to 66 the big way and also 30 the small way. Tonight's fighter is 30 years old. 50 equals 30. 50 years in gematria sums to 53. His birthday is May 3rd, you know. 50 in the Jewish faith is known as a jubilee, a golden anniversary. The word gold has gematria of 38, so does the name Kell Brook. And remember, the golden anniversary of the Super Bowl this year was on the 38th day of the year. The team from the 38th state won, plus Colorado equals 38. He points out that Golovkin currently lives in California, the Golden State, which just hosted the golden anniversary of the Super Bowl. Golden anniversary equals 86. The last man to do this, come up 2 weight classes and win, was Dick Tiger, gematria of 86. The Kell Brook, he was born in the year 86. Special year. The word symbol equals 86. The word triangle 86. The word pyramid 86. Excuse me, though. That was a mistake what I just said. Dick Tigers, who lost 50 years ago, got upset by the person who came up 2 weight classes. The guy who won was Emil Griffith. He was born on February 3rd, 1938. There's that 38 again. That was a date with 26 numerology. Kell Brook looking for his 26th knockout tonight against Golovkin. He points out that Griffith, the man who did the upset, had 112 fights in his career. Today's date is the day that leaves 112 days left in the calendar year. Also this year, this man points out that Prince equals 38, so does Minnesota, so does Chanhassen where he died, so does death. Prince died this year on the 112th day of the year. So this man making some interesting connections. Some of this could be coincidence, but most of it, definitely not. I pointed out how the day Prince died, he died at age 57, the number connected to championship. I pointed out how his death had a lot of parallels to upcoming championships this year. I didn't see this boxing championship, I have to admit that. But here it is, 112 days left in the year. Very well could have been. This is how the Illuminati network works, if you will. The Illuminati is the gang of Freemasons worldwide in high places. He points out Griffith died on July 23rd. From that date, the anniversary to today is 49 days, number of revelation, number of prophecy. He points out some of the same things I did too here. So yeah, that's pretty much all of it, This guy did a great job. And, you follow this work, you watch the How to Gematria video, you start applying the knowledge, you're going to see that you can do this exact same work. It's not rocket science once you know the skills and follow the steps. It's pretty much just like making a recipe, You do the decoding, you look at the numbers, you look for the synchronicities. You watch enough of my videos, you'll learn what the relationships are in these numbers. You have to know things like if you count to 26, it sums to 351. Those types of things are huge. But again, you watch enough of my videos, you'll make these connections, you'll remember them. So we'll see. Will Kell Brook be Triple G's next victim, or will it be the shocker? Remember, the mainstream media, what they want to do is they want to dupe bettors so that they can steal their money. And articles like this, guy in Vegas says, oh yeah, Triple G, he always wins. Well, we'll see. All right, Truth Seeker, until next time.